Community silence on matters of violence against the children is a great concern that needs immediate redress. Al-marriage is among those that have greatly affected children, especially those below the age of 18. This is due to the silence of the communities, and therefore it's high time these communities break the silence in order to avoid their children getting into such traps.
When something happens, when the violence happens against these children, and we look away or keep quiet or don't do anything about it, it affects in many ways and in bigger ways.
Parents should come up, let us be responsible, and let us raise our children in an orderly way. And also tying our children, not giving them their freedom, is also not good. And then we also need to do a lot of sex education.
Because adults know that they have the power over children, they end up abusing that power.
Tabitha Subi of Raising Voices says there is need for a collective role from all sorts of people if this voice is to be addressed. Tabitha adds that communities should also rise up for the good of building the nation using the young learners, especially those in primary schools.
Us have a responsibility to do. It's not about raising voices, it's not about the police, because police officers are not going to see what happens in our families.
When our parents fail to meet the basic needs of these girls, they find alternatives elsewhere. And these girls are wooed by the men and who can easily provide these basic needs. Poverty is pushing these children to run around, and in that case they are finding themselves victims of early pregnancies.
Olive Kabatwairi of parents should not also deny their children the reasonable freedom if they are to be brought up in a meaningful way.
It's confining children so much. Their freedom is not really being given to them. So when a child gets a moment to move out, when the parents are not around, when they are confined in a gate, in a fence, when the child gets that moment to move out, they do whatever nonsense they want to do. And in that case, they find themselves falling victims of early pregnancies.
The problem is I should say it's both the parents and the government side. Let me say the teachers, because sometimes they don't follow up. To the parents, they just send their children to school without making any follow-up. They don't provide to them food, all the necessities.
Expect us to support them, to help them out of these difficult situations that they are going through.
Provision of basic necessities to young girls should not get out of the hands of the parents, since it has caused many of them to get into problematic relationships. Abdel Latif Makassa, Kampala.